Hello and welcome to the channel. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's ministerial list, according to reports, is ready, but it is supposedly with the Department of State Services (DSS), who are scrutinizing the names on there for any red flag or baggage. Various names have been thrown around as making the list. It has even been suggested that there are names from the opposition parties. But I guess it's only a matter of time now, hey? Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Tinubu's ministerial nominees undergo security checks. The list containing the names of ministerial nominees in the President Bola Tinubu administration is ready and undergoing final security checks, an impeccable presidency source has told Sunday Punch. The source, who did not reveal the names or number of those being considered for ministerial offices, said the Department of State Services and members of the presidential strategic team were running final checks on the people who had been listed as possible ministers. They have the list already. Several names have been written against their respective offices, but they just have to find out and do some checks on some of these names. That's what is delaying the list. They have been very strategic with this, the source said. Should the Tinubu administration proceed with the appointment of ministers of state, 44 names are expected to be sent to the 10th Senate for screening on eventual approval. The Punch had earlier reported that the politicians had been flocking President Tinubu's private residence in Ikoyi, Lagos, jostling for ministerial slots, especially during the Eid-el-Kabir holidays when Tinubu was in Lagos. I learned that Tinubu's ministerial list is almost done. He kept a core of ministers to himself, heavily influenced by the kitchen cabinet of his special advisors. Politicians are in Bolekaja over the rest. It is a slugfest now, a source had disclosed to our correspondent on Monday. In March, the then special advisor to the president-elect, Dele Halake, had said Tinubu would constitute his cabinet within 1 month of assuming office. Halake said this was in line with the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution, mandating president-elect and governors-elect to submit the names of their ministerial and commissioner nominees within 60 days of taking the oath of office for confirmation by the Senate or the respective state houses of assembly. He had said, "I told you in an earlier interview that it didn't take Asiwaju more than 3 weeks to form his cabinet as a governor. That was at that time. I think 60 days is even too much. A month maximum is enough for any serious government to form its cabinet and put the structure of government in place after the swearing-in." However, Halake, who is now the special advisor to the president on special duties, communication and strategy, was unreachable at the time of filing this report. Meanwhile, there are fresh indications that the president may send the list of his ministerial nominees to the National Assembly this week after the lawmakers resume from the Salah break for their legislative duties. The development is coming 1 week after the 10th Senate and House of Representatives adjourned their respective legislative activities to embark on recess till July 4. This was confirmed in 2 separate interviews with a former coordinator in the dissolved All Progressives Congress Campaign Council, Dr. Ene Ogbole, and Director of Publicity for the APC, Bala Ibrahim. Speculations on who will make the ministerial list have generated heated debates and growing anxiety among Tinubu's campaign members and party loyalists since he assumed office on May 29. The president has, however, kept everyone guessing as he has clutched the list tightly to his chest and away from even closest allies. Speculations were rife last week that some APC governors might be granted the liberty to nominate more than one person as ministerial nominees with the consent of the president. According to a source, there is a likelihood that the ministerial list may be submitted to the Senate for confirmation this week and for the cabinet to be in place later this month. Reacting to the growing anxiety over the list, Ogbole told our correspondent that she had it on good authority that the president would forward his ministerial nominees list to the Senate for screening shortly after the legislators return from their recess. The former campaign director also urged Nigerians not to put too much pressure on Tinubu, saying he had another 30 days to do so in line with the new law signed by his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, which mandated him to unveil his ministerial list within 60 days of assumption of office. Ogbole stated, "The ministerial nominees you talked about are still in the process. I, however, don't think the president needs up to 60 days to unveil his cabinet. He is trying to get the right things done. You know the 10th National Assembly has just come on board and they were on recess for the Salah break. As the break is now over, I can assure you that you will begin to hear names being rolled out. Asiwaju is still on track. He is a man of his word, and I can assure Nigerians that he is not going to do anything short of his promises. He has also signed 2 or 3 bills into law in less than 30 days in office. That is legendary." Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Bala also shared Ogbole's sentiment and asked Nigerians to cut the president some slack. The APC image maker also expressed conviction that unlike his predecessor, Tinubu did not need up to 60 days to announce those he intends to work with. He stated, "The president still has time on his side to carefully choose his team. He is not under any kind of pressure. I don't see any on his side. You can even see how the president extended his stay by moving from Paris to London. Does he look like somebody under pressure? If there is any pressure, he would have run back long before his arrival. However, we are optimistic that he will present his ministerial list after the Salah break." Meanwhile, a former Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Mrs. Pauline Tallen, has called on the president to fulfill the 35% affirmative action promised women during his presidential campaign. She made the appeal on Friday in Abuja at an award night organized by Women of Worth, an organization set up to celebrate outstanding women. Tallen, who is also a former deputy governor of Plateau State, said from the president's past records, she was optimistic that Nigerian women would be given their pride of place in his administration. She said women be an integral part of any economy and should be allowed to contribute their quota to nation building. The news agency of Nigeria quoted Tallen as stating, "I have the belief that the president will do more for Nigerian women than was experienced in the past. It is important to empower, educate, and give Nigerian women the opportunity to explore their potential for the betterment of the nation." Rwanda, for instance, where women are over 60% in government, has seen a lot of progress. So I can boldly say the milestone that Rwanda has achieved is because of the contribution of women. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.